Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's your favorite dolphin, Danny. I'm here with another pickup video. Finally got this video out as I'm feeling quite a bit better. I'll start out with some games that I didn't capture footage for just because they're on DS. Ninja TMT from that series. I didn't really like this TMT movie at all. It wasn't the real Ninja Turtles to me, but yeah, it is harder to capture DS games. You kind of need that DS. There is a custom made like Elgato thing. It's not made by Elgato, but it's like a capture device that's custom made. So I'd love to get that in the future. M&M's, my favorite, Slim Shady. I mean, these are the candy. I'll eat those up too. Crash Boom Bang on the DS. Now, I've never played this Crash game before, but I am a Crash fan, so really excited to check this out and add it to the collection. I got most of these games from Value Village and on the real cheap, so yay! I love picking up these pet games, cats. They're silly, they're right up my alley, and yeah, who doesn't love pussy? Cats. Now, I also picked up for the Nintendo 3DS, Nintendogs and cats. So, yes, another pet game in there. So, yes, add it to my pet game collection. And, yeah, you can never have enough pet games, can you now, Danny? Now, I didn't even know this game existed, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer for the DS, and I'm a huge fan of Rudolph. You know, I did my VHS and Memories special for Christmas about Rudolph this year, and yes, I love Rudolph, and yeah, excited to pick up this game. It's like a puzzle game, so yay! Now, I do have these next games on the Nintendo Wii, but it's fun to pick up the DS version, Barbie's Groom, Glam, and Pups. So yeah, like I said, these are just silly, girly games I love to pick up and always excited to find them, and I got all these at Value Village for an excellent price. Barbie Set, Jet, and Lifestyle. This could be your lifestyle, Danny. Another, like I said, I found this on Wii, and yeah, just happy to add it to collection. Love collecting these silly, girly games. Now, one of my favorite games for the Nintendo 64, it came out on the Nintendo 3DS, and that's Star Fox 64 3D. Can you believe it? I love Star Fox. This is one of my favorite games. I was so excited to get this. I did not find this at Value Village, sadly. I did pay around like $30 Canadian at EB Games, but I finally had to get it, and yeah, this is a DS game I will play, as I'm a huge, huge Star Fox fan. Huge Star Fox fan. You know, do a barrel roll or something, Danny. Awesome. So yeah, those are the games that I picked up that I didn't capture footage for. So yes, let's get into the rest of the games. Now, I'm always excited to find Game Boy games, and I found Alleyway. This is a fun little game. It's one of those games where you just bounce the ball up and try to eliminate like the bricks up top. I can't remember what type of game that is, but I did have some fun with it, and this would have been really fun back in the day on the original Game Boy. Now, I also found Radar Mission for the Game Boy. Now, this game was kind of like a battleship game, like sinking battleships. You kind of line up where you're going to shoot the torpedoes and take down a ship, and hopefully you hit them and take them down. This wasn't like a game I super-dupery got into, super-dupery, but I did have some fun with it. And yeah, it's worth, I got it for $5, so it was worth the money. I also picked up Revenge of the Gator. Now, this is like a pinball game, but it was pretty cool because on this game, there was 2 levels and you're using it on the Game Boy, 2 levels of the screen. So it actually, you could bounce up and get quite a bit of the pinball machine going. And yeah, once you lose and stuff, it was pretty funny because the ball falls down into a little gator's mouth, and that little gator is pretty darn cute. Now, these next 2 games surely mean a lot to me. I had them in my collection as a kid and used to play them all the time. I was stupid and sold them, but you know, it's just one of those things. I was so happy to finally find them, and I got them at a pawn shop. So yeah, I was excited to add them back in the collection, and that is Mario Land for the Game Boy. Oh, Mario Land. And this is a fun game. I almost beat it. I think I may have beat it once as a kid, and yeah, I tried it the other day and got pretty far. So yeah, I'd love to do a let's play of this game, as it means so much to me. I remember the Christmas I got my Game Boy, and that was one of the first games I ever got and played. So Mario Land means a whole lot to me. I know lots of people like number 2 more, but the first one has a huge nostalgic vibe for me, and I just love it. And the next Game Boy game that meant a lot to me was Kirby's Dream Land. Land. Oh my god, I love Kirby's Dream Land. I actually did beat this recently after I got it, and yeah, I had a blast with it. I loved it as a kid. Like I said, I think I got this and Mario Land at the same Christmas, and these games I played so much as a kid. I wish I never sold my original copies, but it was nice to get them back into the collection. I love Kirby so much, as long as he keeps on his shoes. Now, it just wouldn't be right if I didn't have Blades of Steel for the NES in my collection. What Canadian would I be without Blades of Steel in my collection? This game, I did play it back in the day with my friends and had a good time with it. It's still a pretty silly game, and yeah, I love the NES. I know some people are getting out of it, but I really still love the NES a whole bunch, and yeah, like I said, it just brings up a lot of, you know, nostalgia and good vibes, and yeah, Blades of Steel, so happy to find it. Now, Joe and Mac, I never played this back in the day, and yeah, I'm not sure if it's more expensive. I did find it, and it had a little bit of a sticker wear on it, but you know what, I was just happy to find it, and I got it for the right price, and yeah, I never played it before, and it was pretty fun being the caveman, and you know, seeing all the dinosaurs in the game. I did have some fun with it, and yeah, one of those NES games I probably missed out as a kid, but like I said, got it for the right price, so thank you, Pawn Shop. I finally found Tecmo Ball for the NES football game. It's really cool too because you know, I've always been more into hockey, but in the last few years I've really gotten into football. I've watched all the Super Bowls. I really liked football before. I thought it was boring before when the people would just stand around, but now I see the intensity of everything that happens in like a second after like the play goes off. I love football. It's funny, I never had this game before, but I was happy to add it to collection, and yeah, I mean, what would my NES collection be without Tecmo Ball? Now, if you've been following the channel for a while now, you know I'm a huge golf fan, and I've finally found Jack Nicklaus's golf game. I love golf, like, so much. I can't wait to get out there this year. It's a little dangerous in the sun when you're taking estrogen and stuff, so I have to, you know, wait till the days are right. And, you know, in my town, it's usually a really hot, beachy summer town, but this year it's been a slow start, and I saw some of the greens weren't worth going out and playing on yet. So, yes, pretty soon, though, I'll be out there hitting some balls and playing some golf. I can't wait. Love my golf. Now, a friend of mine was selling some of his Super Nintendo games, and I got Doom off of him. Doom! We're all doomed! And you're doomed if you play this game. I'm kidding, but I don't know. Something about this Super Nintendo version didn't really hold my attention. I don't know. It just seemed like it almost made me sick the way, you know, the frame rate was so choppy. But I don't know if anyone else has experienced it. Probably not the best version, but it's cool. Red little cartridge, and had to add it to the collection. I finally got my flippers on The Lion King for Super Nintendo. I'm a huge Lion King fan. I love the original Lion King. I grew up with it, loved it, cried in the theater. It's a funny, great movie, from making you cry to making you laugh, and yeah, I love The Lion King. This game is actually pretty hard. The first level or two isn't too bad, but then the difficulty just ramps up and you basically get destroyed. I haven't ever beat this game. I don't think I've ever known anyone that's beat this game. It's The Lion King. I thought everything was supposed to be Hakuna Matata. Now I found some PlayStation 1 games. This is Supercross for the PlayStation 1. It's a dirt biking game, and I'm always excited to find PlayStation 1 games, as you know, you don't find a lot of PlayStation 1 games in my area. This game wasn't too bad. Of course, it was dated, but it was a little fun. I get to race around, and yeah, it wasn't too bad at all. Now, as a Canadian, I'm used to the snow, so Sled Storm on the PS1 was a surefire pickup. It's a greatest hits version as well. But yeah, good condition, and like I said, you don't find a lot of PS1 games in my area, so happy to pick it up, and yeah, I'm no stranger to the snow, so yeah, this game was okay. Like the other racing game, it was dated, but I did have some fun with it while I was capturing the gameplay. Now, I also found Need for Speed, Porsche Unleashed. Now, I'm not a huge car person, but I do love my Need for Speed games, and yeah, it was the Black Label PS1 version, so I picked it up, and yeah, this was actually funner than the other two racing games. This held out a little bit more. It was cool to pick a car and just drive around. You know, like I said, not a huge into racing games, as I've never been too good at them, except for like Rush and Rush 1 for the Nintendo 64. Those always will hold a special place in my heart, but yeah, just happy to find some PS1 games. Now, my friend that sold me Doom also sold me the greatest hits version of Grand Theft Auto for the PS1. Oh my god, Danny, do you feel old yet? Just look at this game, kids! This was GTA for your grandmother Dolphin back in the day. Bird's eye view up top, and yeah, you get in the car and you drive around, you do missions. It's basically almost like the same game in a way, except yes, it's all top-down view. And you know what? We had fun with this game back in the day. We loved it. We played it just like the other GTAs. This was the only GTA we had at the time. This was the second one, I remember. And it's fun. It just, wow, look how far we've come in gaming. And do you feel old yet, Danny? Because I sure do. Now moving on to the OG Xbox, I found 13. Now I know a certain someone who likes these games. And yeah, it was a little beat up, this copy up top, but you know what, I could probably find a new case for it. And yeah, I love this game 13. It's really fun. It looks really cool. I love like the cell shaded look. It's a first person shooter, which is a blast. And yeah, I have it for multiple things now, PS2, GameCube, and I've never seen it for Xbox before, so I snagged her up. Also found Beyond Good and Evil. Now this game was alright. I didn't play it for very long. It seemed like a action, role-playing, third-person type of game. It was fun battling these monsters at the beginning and stuff, but yeah, some of the cutscenes are really interesting as well. I don't know a whole bunch about this game, so if you do, let me know. I didn't have too much of a bad time with it. It just, yeah, a little dated for me, but still, like I said, I'm trying to beef up my OG Xbox collection. Rainbow Six 3, squad-based counter-terror. Now you can counter-terror too, darling, with Rainbow Six. This game was fun though. Actually, the graphics on this game still held up pretty good, I think. And yes, who doesn't like breaching doors and shooting down terrorists? I know I sure do. Oddworld, Stranger's Wrath. Now this is an Xbox only exclusive. I've heard good things about this game. It's like a third person platformer, and also you get like a crossbow and get to use different weapons, which I like. The action felt good. They did hold your hand a little bit at the beginning, which I didn't mind. If you had that HDMI adapter for the OG Xbox, I bet this game would look really good. I've heard good things about this game, so I'd like to, you know, take another crack at it and put some more time into it. So yeah, let me know if you like this game. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. Now this is another racing game, and yeah, like I said, this looks great on the Xbox, and I don't even have that HDMI adapter, which I really do need. This is fun though, get in your car and race around type of game. I don't know what to say. Like I said, I'm not huge into racing games, but this one felt, you know, a little bit more funner than, you know, it wasn't as dated as some of the other racing games on PS1 and stuff, obviously, but yeah, I really did enjoy this. I like the OG Xbox. I miss OG Xbox. I was a huge Xbox fan back in the day. Still am. I just think with Xbox One, you know, they kind of dropped the ball on this generation. But yeah, happy to add this game to the collection. Unreal Championship for the Xbox. Now this is like just your multiplayer based shooting game. I don't think that they're online anymore, and I think this is obviously an Xbox exclusive, but you know, you can still fight against computers, and I do have the second one of this game on Xbox already, so I was happy to find the first one. And yeah, it wasn't too bad. I like the battling in this, and yeah, it was pretty good actually, shooting down the computers. I got some laser weapons and some other weapons, and yeah, I didn't have a bad time with this. I never played it back in the day, and yeah, just trying to beef up that OG Xbox collection. Dead to Rights 2. Now, I'm a huge Dead to Rights fan. I like these games back in the day, and yeah, I find them on other systems as well, and happy to add it to the Xbox, the OG Xbox. These games are fun, you know, you can slow down time, you can shoot people, it's a third-person action game, one of my favorite types of games, and yeah, I love the Dead to Rights series, so yeah, let me know how you feel about them as well. Now I also found Brute Force for the OG Xbox. This is kind of like a third-person shooting game. It was okay. I did find it a little dated and just kind of over the top and cheesy, but it did hold my attention for a bit. I really liked the cover art, and the monsters in the game looked pretty cool. And yeah, like I said, it's just cool to keep finding Xbox games, OG Xbox games. I highly recommend collecting for it if you are trying to find cheap stuff to collect for, because yeah, they're just practically giving this stuff away. I also just found Ultimate Spider-Man. Now, I have this on some other consoles as well, but oh my god, I love this game. I love this game. I love the graphics. I love the cartoony, kind of over-the-top look. Venom's in it before Venom became, like, the anti-hero, basically, and stuff. I like Venom more as, you know, the original bad guy when he was like a doppelganger of Spider-Man. I think it best suited him the best, you know, that way. The new movie looks absolutely terrible. I mean, the graphics for Venom, I kind of like how he looked, but he looked all shiny and weird, and, you know, the computer graphics looked unfinished. But yes, this game is really fun if you haven't played it before. You know, the action is good. Yeah, it looks really cool, and one of my favorite old school Spider-Man games before they really started to mess them up. But I'm excited for the PS4 version coming out. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Oh my god, me and my friend put hours and hours and hours into this game. I love this game. I really like the customization in this game. You can make your character like really big, skinny, you know what I mean? There's so much stuff to do in this game. Me and my friend honestly played this game for hours and hours, and it was cool that you got a BMX bike in this game. I don't think they had I don't know, something about the BMX bike really took me in. You never saw that before in one of these GTA games. And now that we're in the 3D world of GTA, it was cool to jump on a BMX and cruise around the hood, yo. Now, one of my favorite Grand Theft Autos of all time was Grand Theft Auto Vice City. This game was basically set in the 1986 era, and, you know, it's like a made-up city, but it's basically Miami. It had Ray Liotta as the voice actor of the main character. I love Ray Liotta. Goodfellas, you know, one of my favorite movies of all time. And yeah, this game, just how it looked, I love it. I love it. I hear rumors that we might be going back to Miami for the next GTA. And yeah, this game just looked really cool. It's heavily dated now, of course, but still playing it, it brought so many memories back. And yeah, who doesn't like to beat up hookers in the 1980s, y'all? Tony Hawk's Underground for the OG Xbox. Now, I have this game for like GameCube and PlayStation, but really stoked to find it for OG Xbox, of course. And you know what? I always pick my favorite, Andrew Reynolds. And yeah, it was fun to play as Andrew. He's one of my favorites, as you know, I used to skateboard back in the day, believe it or not. And yeah, I have a blast with this game. It's skateboarding. It's a leisure game. You can just kind of sit back and just do what you want. Just, you know, do a freestyle, learn some moves. I like to sometimes play, like, you know, not doing all that trick after trick stuff. I kind of like to play kind of realistic sometimes, and you know, of course, maybe it's a little more unrealistic, but you know, for the gist of it, you try to do some tricks that are more on the realistic side, which I like. And yeah, like I said, I love my Andrew Reynolds. So happy to pick this up. Now I found the Platinum Hits for Xbox, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, and of course I picked my Andrew Reynolds once again, and yeah, like I said, I was trying to do some realistic stuff. I did a kickflip down that staircase, and then yeah, I tried the full 360 cab that he usually does. I hope I did that the right way. Also, his nostalgic frontside flip, the frontside flip king himself, darling. And then I back 180 heeled the stair set with my sweet Andrew Reynolds. Advn+ure for the 360. Now, I never put a ton of hours into this game. I know it just came out for the Switch. So, you know what? I might pick up the Switch version and actually get more into it. But it's Advn+ure, not a bad game. It's Rockstar, of course, and they are rock stars. This game had some really cool beginning cuts, like a movie and stuff, so it does pull you in. And yeah, I'd like to spend some more time with it. Shadowrun. Now, this must have been like a multiplayer game, because it's just like a multiplayer versus game. But it was pretty fun. Still held up. Like, I think 360 games still look really good. You know, they're HD. They might not be as good as some of the stuff today, but yeah, this game still was a lot of fun. You could actually fight like computers in it and stuff, and I was getting some kills, and I was enjoying this while I played it. I mean, if I wouldn't want to pay a lot of money for this game, but you know, $5-6, sure, why not? Legends of the Guardians, the Owls of Ga'Hoole. Now, I didn't mind this movie back in the day. It wasn't like a movie I don't think I ever watched again. I did go to the theater for it. I really like owls. As one of my cats I used to have, a tortoiseshell, she looked just like an owl. So, yeah, and this game actually played pretty fun. You know, flying around as an owl and such. And yeah, it had some good mechanics. You didn't get too lost. You scooped up that fire and I dropped it on something, and you know, it was just pretty interesting. It played fun. I'd play this again. I love little cute owls. Owls are one of my favorite birds, and yeah, owls, very cool. Ski-Doo Snowmobile Challenge. Now this game was a lot better than the PS1 snowmobile game I played, but I did enjoy it. I mean, it's like I said, I'm one of those people, I love collecting just junk for my collection, just snagging up games. Like, they basically, when I go to some of these pawn shops, they just want to give it to me because it's like, they're like, we know you're just gonna come back for it, so they just, you know, throw deals in and stuff. And yeah, this game wasn't a lot of fun, but like I said, I love having it in the collection. Like, I'm trying to build my own personal library kind of thing, just in case I want to reference stuff, I can go back to it. And yeah, when I get these games thrown in while I'm getting other stuff bundled in, it's a great way to just get the junk. Sneak King. Talking about junk food, it's Sneak King, the Burger King game. Oh my god, I never played this back in the day. I never went to Burger King to get it, but you know, every time I think of Burger King, I think of this time me and my ex back in like '07 got into this fight, and you know, I was a cheeky little dolphin back then, and she just took the Whopper and smashed it and rubbed it into my face. And yeah, it was her food, it was her dinner, she just wasted it and smashed it right in my face. Bromo was there, because we were roommates at the time as well with him, and yeah, we just always, me and Bromo still chuckle about it to this day. I can't really go to a Burger King without thinking of it, even though I don't even eat there anymore, but when I see a Burger King sign, it does remind me of her and just taking that Whopper and smashing me right in the face. That was a Whopper! Spider-Man, Web of Shadows. Oh, I've seen this game once in a while in the bins at EB and stuff, but it's still going for a lot. I did track it down at a pawn shop, and it was for the right price, so I added it in. It didn't play too bad, like right off the bat. I had some fun. There was some good fighting mechanics, but you know, the world, when you're just webbing around, swinging around, they did seem a little empty. And yeah, it's just not like Spider-Man, you know, from the Raimi series. Those games, number 1 and 2, I really like those games, so I'm super excited for Spider-Man 4. I mean, Spider-Man on PS4. And, you know, that should be a return to the original way we want to play Spider-Man. That game looks hella dope. I love Spider-Man, especially as a kid. I kind of got out of it. I never saw the new Homecoming and all that. I don't like Spider-Man with like the Iron Man gadgets and stuff. That's not Spider-Man. Spider-Man, you know, he just wore a suit to cover up who he was, and like, you know, all his abilities came from the spider that gave him stuff. He didn't need night vision or infrared. Like, he just sensed it, and he had better vision anyways from the spider bite. But anyways, I hope they get back to the true form of Spider-Man we loved in that PlayStation 4 version. Resident Evil, Operation Raccoon City. What do we got? Raccoons all over the place or something? Anywho, this game I got at Value Village. I posted it up on Instagram, and a lot of people were saying, oh, I don't like it, and this and that. But you know what? Yeah, if you're looking at it as a regular Resident Evil game, yeah, you're gonna be disappointed. But it played like Gears of War, kind of. I am a huge Gears fan. It kind of is like a horde mode game. And yes, by myself, it would get boring after a while, but I liked it. I liked how it was themed, you know, Resident Evil in a sense, even though it kind of really reminded me of Gears of War. But I truly like this game, and if playing it with a friend or whatever, that'd actually probably be a pretty good time. But like I said, if you're going in this as a regular Resident Evil game, of course you're gonna be upset or not like it. I actually did like it a lot, and like I said, if I had a friend or two to play with, I sure would enjoy it a lot more. Zone of Enders HD Collection. This game comes with both games. Now, this was really fun. I loved it. You're in like a big mech robot suit battling. I didn't play the second one, but I did play the first one, and I really enjoyed it. It was fun. The mechanics and just like you're flying around, you're slashing, you're shooting, and it felt cool. Like more robots moved in, and it just had that Japanese kind of like mech vibe, and of course, and I just loved it. I actually really enjoyed this game. I think I tracked it down on PS3 and stuff as well, so I was happy to find the 360 version. But yeah, if you like games like this, I highly recommend it. I had a lot of fun just being in the robot suit, and there were some bosses and stuff that came up, and yeah, it felt flowy. I didn't get lost. I love that type of stuff when I don't get lost. And yeah, the graphics, like I said, Xbox 360 really holds up, and this game was pretty much amazing for me. So hey, thank you for sticking around and watching this pickup video. You know, I really enjoy doing these pickup videos as I get to bring up games I normally wouldn't actually get the chance to talk about right away. This is like a variety of games that, you know, I can just kind of say this or that or tell you about a certain story if it reminds me of it. That's why I like doing these pickup videos. It's fun to be out there, you know, doing my thing, shopping, talking to people, networking, telling people I do what I do when I get deals, and that's what it's all about. So yeah, I hope you enjoy these. You know, I try to make them better than just your average pickup videos. I try to add in gameplay where I can. I try to, you know, make them fun. You know, I hope my energy was up enough. I'm still not 100%, but I wanted to get this pickup video done as it was supposed to be out a few weeks ago. And, you know, I just hope you enjoy it and, you know, make you laugh and have some fun. So yeah, everyone, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting. I hope you're doing well. Don't forget to comment, like. If you're new here, maybe check out some other videos, subscribe. We're almost at our goal of 800 subscribers. So, you know, I love you all, and I just want you to stay strong, stay safe, stay positive, and this dolphin might even catch you on that flip side, y'all. Bye!